Muy buenas, volvemos Final Fantasy XVI. Vamos a seguir con la principal. Ya acabamos con las secundarias y las escorias, que estuvo bastante guapas. Las escorias, la verdad es que me gustó. Así que vamos a seguir con la principal, a ver dónde nos lleva esto. Ya conseguimos de matar a Titán. Y ahora pues... no lo sé, supongo que faltará Bahamut, faltará Odín. Y no sé... ¿quién más habrá? Vale, tenemos que ir al río Belcroy a reunir materiales. Vale, pues vámonos. No nos queda otra. Vamos a ver. Vale, está a tomar por culo, ¿no? ¿O está aquí? No, en Dalimil no está, está afuera. Pues nada, vamos. Por cierto, ¿cuántos puntos de habilidad tengo? Ah, hostia, tengo pociones y eso sí, ¿no? Vale. ¿Qué más tengo aquí? ¿Qué tengo? Incrementa el daño infligido con garras y... disminuye el tiempo de recarga 12 segundos. Yo tenía otra cosa puesta aquí que era... sí, algo que me daba más puntos de habilidad, ¿no? Era... incrementa la defensa, aumenta el efecto de las pociones, incrementa el ataque... no. Incrementa la cantidad de experiencia... no, experiencia no. No, experiencia no era. Era puntos de habilidad, tío. Incrementa la cantidad de puntos de habilidad de este. Vale. Y puntos de habilidad tengo 1000. Bueno, de momento lo dejaremos así. Ok. ¿Dónde coño hay que ir? Vamos a ver.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
Una competición de llenar sacos. Recoge polvo estelar 0 de 5, vale. Pues vamos. ¿Habrá enemigos? No creo, ¿no?
So this
Vale.
is Stardust.
Hostia, mejor lo tengo que buscar yo, tío. ¿En serio?
It just looks like black sand to me.
Esto se supone que brilla, ¿no? ¿O qué? Ah, vale. Me lo va marcando. Vale, pues... a ver. ¿Por qué no me deja cogerlo? Ahora. Bueno, pues qué misión más tonta. Nos falta una. Nos falta una y no sé dónde está. La tiene que ser la difícil, ¿no? La que esté al lado de un enemigo o algo así, seguro. Digo yo. No. No, yo creo que de aquí me estoy alejando ya, ¿no? Vale, pues volvamos, a ver. La verdad es que no sé. No veo ninguna marca ni nada, así que... Pero tiene que estar por aquí. Aquello no es. A ver, tío. Ah, vale. Joder.
That should be enough for now.
Venga,
Let's see how
vámonos.
Gav's getting on.
Pensaba que habría lucha, pero no.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
Charlar un rato, venga acá, por favor. Que tenemos cosas que hacer, hombre.
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain? Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
Pues vale, menuda conversación. Que siga haciendo el trabajo que estaba haciendo antes.
Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
¿Y nosotros qué hacemos?
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Vale, no tenemos nada que hacer. Vámonos. Vamos a entregar el polvo estelar. Todo esto era para el barco de que quiere hacer Min, ¿no? La hija de Cid.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
Quiere hacer un barco volador o algo así.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Hombre, pendiente no tenemos nada, lo tengo todo hecho. Hostia, 500 puntos de experiencia me ha dado esto, tío. No, de experiencia no, de habilidad, tío. Joder.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Vale, vamos a informar a Mick. Oh, mira, ya tenemos aquí algo más. Vamos a pillarlo.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Tenemos este, ¿no? Que nos da 2 meteoritos, que no me sirve para nada, pero bueno.
All yours.
Y el siguiente ya es 750, medallón de Prior, que no sé lo que es, ¿no? No me sale. Bueno, vale, pues nada.
Come again. I may have more for ya.
No sé para qué quiero tantos meteoritos y tampoco fabrico espadas, solo fabrico la que me va mejorando de 5 en 5. Pero vale. Aceptamos barco.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something
A ver,
soon.
¿qué más hay que buscar?
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
Eran 3 componentes, ¿no? 4.
What's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Vale.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why? If sea or rainwater
Me está contando una historia que no me interesa para nada.
Vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Nos vemos en las ruinas. ¿Por qué no vamos juntos? Digo yo, ¿eh? ¿Por qué cojones no viajamos juntos? A ver, que me lo explique. Ve a la vereda de Lauber. Vamos a la vereda de Lauber. ¿Dónde coño está? Allí. Vámonos. Sin prisa, pero sin pausa.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
¿Qué le pasa? ¿Qué te pasa a ti? O sea, 300 metros. ¿Dónde coño está esto, tío? ¿What? Nunca... Esta zona de Lostwind me lío, no sé por dónde salir, ¿eh? Es que nunca sé por dónde se sale de este pueblo. A ver, me suena era por arriba, ¿verdad? O era por aquí.
Ready? We leave at once.
No, por aquí está cerrado. Nunca me acuerdo, tío, de este pueblecillo.
Come, my children.
No, por aquí
The
no.
reckoning is nigh.
Vale, por aquí recto. No. ¿Por dónde, tío? ¿Qué cojones? ¿Dónde está el camino este, tío? Yo no lo veo. A ver, ¿soy gilipollas? Por ahí. ¿Por abajo? A ver. No, tiene que ser por abajo, tío. Porque por aquí me voy hacia aquí. Ah, no, sí, coño, es aquí. Vale, vale, yo quería ir aquí, tío. Soy gilipollas. Vale, es aquí, vale. Pues todo recto. Vámonos. Creo que soy una de las personas que más se insultan a sí mismo, ¿eh? No paro de decirme gilipollas yo mismo. Hay que ser gilipollas. En fin. ¿Esto qué son? ¿Arañas? Venga, va. Venga, rápido. ¿Para qué vamos a esperar?
Over here! Go, Torkel! You're finished!
Vámonos. Cerca. A ver, Elena, ¿qué te pasa?
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Una criatura. Vamos a ver qué criatura es.
Anybody home?
Acabo de ver un cofre.
This must be our unwanted visitor.
Acabo de ver un cofre.
Time to go.
Nivel 30, joder.
Waken winds!
No.
Ah, es verdad, que este te hacía insta-kill, tío. Si te quedabas ahí en medio. La madre que me parió. Ya no me acordaba. Es verdad, tío, te hace insta-kill. Curioso, ¿eh? Que te hagan insta-kill, tío. Joder.
Anybody home?
Es el enemigo más peligroso por ahora, ¿no? Porque creo que ningún enemigo te mataba de un golpe, tío. Buah, casi me mata otra vez, ¿eh? Este enemigo, no sé cómo matarlo, en serio.
Nice try. Go for it.
Joder, qué de vida tiene, tío. No, eso es lo que me mata, tío. Tiene un ataque, tío, que te mata de un golpe, ¿eh? Tengas la vida que tenga, es curioso. Vale, he visto un cofre por aquí.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
¡Ey! No me ha dado punto de habilidad. Incrementa el tiempo de efecto de las sales en 10 segundos, cosa que no utilizo. Y otro meteorito más para la colección. A ver, me gustaría coger el cofre, por favor. Ya no me acuerdo ni dónde estaba. No, no te vayas. Por favor, Clive. Joder, yo juraría que he visto un cofre, ¿eh? ¿Qué cojones? He visto un cofre de los buenos. Era aquí detrás, creo. ¿No? Ah, míralo. Bueno, de los buenos. Otro meteorito. Vale, pues... vámonos. Creo que solo nos queda ya... un pedido, ¿no? Ya está. Creo que eran 3 o 4, no me acuerdo.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
Por cierto, Jill, ¿por qué no viene ya conmigo, tío?
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Diseño de la coraza. Venga, vamos a hablar con el sabio, ¿no? Apócrates. Jill, ¿dónde coño está Jill, tío? Ah, vale, ya la he visto. Sigue ahí en la esquina, no se mueve. ¿Qué pasa, Jill?
It's good to have you back.
Macho,
I was worried.
llevas aquí días, viendo el paisaje este.
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next?
Bueno, ahí hay cinco
She has
artefactos,
some specific requirements for the materials.
A ver si va a ser
The
5
shielding needs to be
materiales lo
able
que
to
necesitamos
resist
buscar.
extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Vale.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Venga, vamos. ¿Quién se viene conmigo?
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Vamos a pillar a Tarja. A ver qué tal se comporta Tarja. Porque Jill es muy... Uf.
All right. So, what are we fetching?
Aparte, me gusta
I
más.
have taken the liberty of preparing a list.
Le pega más a Clive Tarja que Jill.
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited.
Hay que buscar ajo y concha de caracol.
Once highly prized.
Vale.
So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
Pero ¿por qué no viajamos juntos? No lo entiendo. ¿Por qué vamos por separado?
Good luck with your research.
No te enfades, Jill, pero... Es que eres muy insípida, macho. Es que no...
Hippocrates and I'll look after things here. You head over to Northreach.
Eres muy simple, hija mía. Vámonos.
Now, where's Taya?
A ver, ¿dónde hay que ir?
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have you spoiling
Need to stock up on these.
There you are, Taya.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Joder, macho, es un mercado. ¿No podemos ir juntos? Digo yo.
Oi, don't touch anything.
Vale, hay que pillar la nuez, ¿no?
If that's what you want. Good riddance.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has
Y ahora el ajo.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the... Fresh cuts! Come and get them before they're gone.
What can I interest you in today? I hope it's to your liking. Good day.
That should do it. Hopefully Taya's finished too.
Ha sido súper difícil, ¿eh?
Well, did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat. Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For sure.
¡Eh! Me está tirando la caña.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring...
Bueno, vaya que estás, bésala. Ya que no besas a Jill, besa a esta.
You're appreciated too. By all of us.
Nada. No se besa a nadie aquí.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough.
Hombre, claro, la chavala se ha cansado. Estaba esperando que la pillara por detrás y... Solo se ha quedado mirando.
All right?
All right. And thanks again.
Este Clive es un poco tonto, ¿eh? En fin. Pues nada, vámonos. Qué cosas, ¿eh?
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Thanks to Sid.
Jill ahí como un armario, sin moverse.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
Vaya en directo te está echando, Clive. Si no lo pillas,
It
macho.
appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well,
vámonos.
I better go and give Mid the good news then.
Vamos a ver a Mid por cuarta vez. Estas misiones la verdad es que te cortan un poco el rollo, ¿eh? Que vale, que están bien para descansar un poco de los combates y de toda la epicidad que tiene, pero joder.
I think Mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
Vale, hemos terminado, ¿no? Todos los recados.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Se ha reído con la boca cerrada, ¿eh? Si eso es lo que han construido, no tengo ni idea de lo que es.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown, searching for a land untouched by the Blight, just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Bueno, vamos a visitar la tumba de Cid, que no sé ni dónde está. Ah, una misión secundaria, tío. ¿Dónde? A ver, ¿dónde?
It told me she was building a ship.
¿Qué hacen estos niños? Ah, están mirando eso.
That's a ship.
Hostia, tiene un signo más, cuidado, ¿eh? ¿Qué puede ser, tío? Bueno, vamos.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Ah, que se ha pirado. Hija puta. Que se ha escapado, tío.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
¿De quién coño, eh? Óvulo.
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Ah, el de la barca.
In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
Hostia, tengo que leerlo. Hijo mío, me alegra comunicarte que mi expedición a Camber ha sido todo un éxito. El amigo que te comenté no solo ha accedido a financiar nuestras actividades, sino también a relatarme toda clase de sucesos que acontecen en las ciudades libres, a partir de los cuales he conocido a una amiga tuya. ¿Una amiga mía? ¿Quién? Aunque admiro el ingenio y arrojo de la señorita Telamón, hostia, no me acuerdo quién es, para embarcarse en la construcción del Enterprise, dudo que las autoridades de Camber vean con buenos ojos el uso no autorizado de sus astilleros. ¿Telamón? ¿No será Mid Telamón? No, no puede ser. No va a llegar tan pronto, Toño. Se acaba de ir. Por si fuera poco, los maestros de los gremios de mercaderes no tardarán en entrometerse en el proyecto. Es por ello que te escribo esta misiva. Me gustaría contar con la ayuda de tu joven espía Gaff durante 1 o 2 lunas para que vigile a cualquiera que intente meter las narices donde no debe. Y nos avise de sus posibles ataques. Sé que no quieres prescindir de él, pero no te lo pediría si no fuese necesario. Espero tu respuesta. Tu tío Byron.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Ah, era Mid. Mid te la mod. Pero vamos a ver. Si se acaba de ir, ¿cómo coño va a recibir la carta tan pronto? No tiene ningún sentido.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Antigua guarida. Así que la antigua guarida es donde está enterrado Cid.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in 2 places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Pero ¿por qué no viajamos todos juntos? Es algo que no logro entender.
What a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, There'll be no escaping sites like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Hostia, pobre vieja, la va a matar, tío.
Me poor fingers.
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Pues nada, cada uno por un lado. Supongo que empezamos nueva misión principal, ¿no? Garganta... Ah, no, es la misma. Nuevas ilusiones. Es la misma misión. Iba a cortar el vídeo aquí, pero parece que esta misión no se acaba. A no ser que se acabe ahora, claro.
How are you feeling?
No, nuevas ilusiones se llama todavía. Ah, no, vale, se llama Rumbo a Tierras Cristalinas.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
¿Dónde coño estamos? En una zona que antes no se podía estar, ¿no? Mira, aquí tenemos una secundaria. Carros y carretas. A ver. Nuevas ilusiones completada. Nos quedaría rumbo a tierras cristalinas. Vale, pues vamos a dejarlo aquí. Vamos a hacer la siguiente misión en otro vídeo. Que más o menos las misiones suelen durar entre hora y cuarto, hora y media, más o menos, Así que nada, listo. Bueno, vale. Nos vemos en el siguiente. Venga, adiós.